Hello, and welcome back to part 2, where you identify what is holding you back as you push towards your purpose. This is a moment when you realize who, what, and where you want to be, right? The moment where you allow yourself to grieve and to heal, when you realize people, places, and things that just no longer serve you in the vision that you have for your life. The reset of self-limiting beliefs. Release beliefs that do not serve you. The view that you have of yourself and your current situation in life is the catalyst of your mindset. The ability to stop and even eliminate self-sabotaging thoughts can be a game changer in your relocation and even more importantly in your life. The reset of self-limiting triggers. Realizing that people, places, and things that serve no purpose in your journey. The company that you keep influences your life, even when you may not realize it. This includes toxic family members, friends, or places that drain your energy. Understand that you will become a trigger for someone. As you decide on whether or not to relocate, and you decide to relocate, your choice to choose you, your choice to choose a new opportunity, your choice to choose a better environment, your choose to choose peace, right, is a choice, and you're choosing it for yourself, may trigger negative feelings and negative thoughts from the people that you love the most. So please be prepared. And it may not be out of malice or intent, but it just may be that people have a way of pushing their self-limiting beliefs onto you. People also have a way of pushing their fear to you, especially if they have never experienced it, or even if they did experience it and it was a negative experience for them. The reset of self-limiting fears. Fears, we all have them, right? Fear is a way to really alert your body. It's like a biological alert for your body. So all fear is not bad fear, but when you have fear that limits your capabilities, it limits how much effort you put into yourself and into your goals, into your dreams, into your purpose, that's when it can become a problem. So learn how to process your fears and break free. Fears, we all have them. They're a part of our mental and even biological makeup and the defense mechanism that alerts us to danger. Fears also have a way of paralyzing you, stopping you from living in the moment as you begin to walk in your purpose. Examples of self-limiting beliefs. Remember, everyone does not have your vision. So you get all excited, you make plans, and then you tell somebody about it. People influences impact and even change your decision making if you allow them. The person you told then pushes their insecurities off on you. I know at least somebody, if not you, I know I have experienced this myself. Overthinking is self-doubt, fills your thoughts, and delays your growth. Have you ever had a positive goal or thought and then they push their insecurities off on you, so then you talk yourself out of it? There are times when you are completing a goal that it's just certain people you don't tell your business to, right? And some things you have to do in silence. Sometimes, unless it directly affects them, you have to move in silence. Because unfortunately, by nature, people will put their biases on you and on your goals and on your dreams and even on your purpose. So really realize that and identify those people. It is certain people that I talk to about certain things, and it's certain people that I don't talk to about certain things. And it's not that I don't have a respect for them. It's not that I don't enjoy their company or I don't value their opinion. I just know that they have a tendency to push their self-limiting beliefs onto me. So as long as you can identify that, you'll be able to navigate through it. Many times fear is masked as anxiety that lives in a cycle. No one person's cycle is the same. When you are able to identify what your fear cycle is, you will be able to learn the tools that are needed to remove yourself out of that phase that you're in. So I'm being super, super like open and vulnerable, right? Because I need you to understand that if you're having these feelings, you're not alone. I myself, I have an anxiety cycle, right? It's just something that I've had ever since I can remember. But I'm getting to the point where I can learn, right, the cycle. I'm learning that cycle. So it's the overthinking that leads to panic, that leads to procrastination. And that procrastination leads to anxiety, that leads to panic. It's like a cycle. But I think the greatest strength is when you can realize that it is a cycle and that you do have a sense of control, because you may not be able to stop those fears. You may not be able to stop those anxiety. If you have it, I'm not, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. I'm just going off my experience. If you are able to be able to pinpoint and identify when you are in this cycle and where you're at in this cycle, you'll be able to work through it. You'll be able to develop those tools to be able to work through it, to be able to essentially just pull yourself out of that cycle. The moment you break free from fear, you will begin to walk in your purpose, and your successful relocation is just a bonus. I need you to understand that there are times, I don't want you to think that because you relocate, all your problems go away. That's not how this works. It can eliminate some of those problems because it could have been just environmental. Maybe it was those environmental problems. Maybe it was the neighborhood. It was the city. Maybe the crime rate was just crazy high and you just couldn't even have your children playing in your front yard, or you just felt unsafe walking after dark to the store or even early in the morning. So maybe those things were environmental. However, it just takes work. It takes work. And relocation for many may not be the end all be all, right? It's just a new environment for you to really reassess and work towards the goals, work towards your desired lifestyle. So let's talk about relocation fears. It's okay to have fears. It's natural, but it's about having the courage to move beyond those. Fear is a natural emotion that comes with any new, unknown adventure. Listing your concerns will allow you to stand firm and understand your mindset with this move you're about to experience. I can tell you from my experience from relocating several times with 3 small children as a single mother. And I am still a single mother, so I have experienced it. This is real life right here. The fears of the unknown. But what got me through the fear was of my life if we would have stayed. If we would have stayed, that was so much more fearful than me actually, picking up my 3 kids and just doing what I felt like had to be done. Hence, that's why I'm sitting here on this class with you, right? So, to be honest with yourself in this step. Because once you let it out and you become aware, it will help you build a blueprint to crush those fears while stepping into where you were meant to go. I think relocation is beautiful. It's amazing. Will you have fears? Yes. Will you feel like you can't do it? Yes. Will you ask yourself and question yourself? You will, because as humans, that's what we do. But just understand that you can make it through those fears. If I did it, anybody can do it, okay? Anybody can do it. Reflect and get honest. You are beyond capable to release the energy of fear. So what fears do you have about relocating? Remember, no fear is too little or too great. Go ahead and write these things down. If you have the workbook, you can go ahead. There's a section in that workbook where you can write your fears down. But if not, and you're just catching us, and you only have a notebook or a pen, or maybe you have a different device, you're able to write these things down. You need to figure out what fears do you have that are based on relocation. Number 2, what fears were imposed on you from other people about your desire to relocate? I guarantee once you write the 2 lists, the fears that you have will be way less than the fears that other people impose on you. Whether it be a spouse, whether it could be even be your children, right? Or whether it be family members or friends. The list that they have of all the fears is going to be longer than yours. Because remember what I said earlier. People have biases and they will impose their self-limiting beliefs. They will impose their own experiences or their lack of experiences onto you. Even if it's not on purpose or even intentional. Because some people just do it without even realizing it. And a lot of times it is out of love. Because, maybe they don't want you to experience something that they experience. But then a lot of times it could just be about their own self-limiting beliefs. And they're just pushing it off on you. So be mindful of that and be aware. Relocation obstacles. These obstacles can be money, having a reliable income, or maybe it's the how you're going to get to your new community. It may be family, medical, housing, or needed resources and services. I want you to think deep in this step, and trust me, it will save you in the process. Writing down your obstacles is a way of taking control of your life. It will later help you discover a solution to the obstacles as they present themselves. Your known obstacles are your best friend. And I might sound crazy saying this. Think about it like this. If you know about an obstacle, you're able to figure out a solution. You're able to maneuver. It's nothing like having an obstacle and not knowing about it until you have no choice but to maneuver it and you're stuck in a panic mode on how you're going to figure it out. But at least with the known obstacle, you're able to plan, prepare, and execute a solution. Reflect and get honest. Obstacles are sometimes a blessing in disguise. The key is to be in tune to realize the difference. Let me say that again. Obstacles are sometimes a blessing in disguise. The key is to be in tune to realize the difference. I want you to ask yourself these questions. Do you have obstacles that can either prevent you from relocating or make it more stressful? So whether it's a custody agreement, or you finding new employment, or maybe you decided that job transfer is just not where you want to see yourself at. Think about those different things, whether it's income, money, it's family, it's custody issues if you have children. Think about those obstacles, right? That either can prevent you or can make it more stressful. And then you need to ask yourself, after you list those obstacles, are you ready to create your own lane? Are you ready to create a solution, realistic solutions, bold solutions, right? Are you ready to take a risk to change your life and step into your purpose? Are you ready to create your own lane? Have you ever had a plan, idea, or even a relocation start with a burning desire to get it done? And then you seem out of nowhere, life shows up, and you either put it off or you come up with every excuse in the book, and then you never take action? No matter how much you plan, no matter how excited you are about the possibility of starting over, meeting new people, experiencing a new city, town, experience a new location, and maybe even a different time zone, you have to take action. You have to be decisive. You have to make a decision and you stick with it, right? The impact of thoughts that lead to no action can have you living in what ifs. The world of what ifs, it almost is as if it steals all your goals and your dreams. It stills your income potential. It stills your purpose. It stills the impact that you could have on the world. The relocation impact. Relocation is more than just a local move. Many times you are in a place that may be away from family, friends, and the areas you have become accustomed to. Having an understanding of how this move will affect you and or your family's life is very important in this process. Knowing this will help you when and if the regrets set in after the move. Your why will be your center. Whether positive or negative things occur, it will also help to remind you of the reasons for the relocation in the first place. Your why is going to hold you. It's going to hold you so damn tight when you feel like that you might have made a bad decision, or you might want to feel like you might want to give up, because the reality is shit happens. Things are going to happen that are out of your control, right? A lot of times we have an ideal of how something should be, and it's not necessarily realistic. Or maybe it's realistic, but it's not, realistic in that moment. So that's why having that why is going to help you navigate things, because things are not going to be 1,000% perfect, right? You can get that 80%, God willing. That's the goal. But being open-minded and realizing that having a why and remembering it, and if you need to tape it up on your new wall, if you need to have it as a screensaver on your laptop or on your phone, so when and if you get discouraged or you get regrets, right? Or you get somebody in your ear saying, oh, I told you so, or you should have never moved in the first place. You get those type of reactions. It's going to hold you. It's going to, be your guiding force. Reflect and get honest. What if the best version of you were waiting in a different time zone? Let the why of your relocation never be based in fear. Fear is one of them things that can be healthy in a way where it can let you know it's danger. Something is not right. Is your body letting you know something is off, right? And a lot of times we just don't listen. We don't listen to that, right? For whatever reason, we just don't listen. Or maybe we don't want to see those red flags. However, your why has to be not emotionally based, right? Because you can be happy, you can be sad, you can be mad, you can be upset, you could be elated, and your why and the meaning and the strength of it will change along the emotional baseline. So you want to make sure that it's not emotionally based and it's not based off of fear. You need to ask yourself this question: how will this relocation impact your life? How will it impact your emotional, your interpersonal relationships? How will it affect your professional, or you're being able to start a new business or transfer your existing business? And how will it affect your income? That affects your desired cost of living. But ask yourself, even more importantly, how will not relocating impact your life? So this class is not a salesies class, right? I'm not pushing products down your throat, even though we have amazing, dope products, right? Because at the Relocation Maven, we eat, sleep, and breathe relocation. It's a passion because I understand the opportunities that it can provide. However, this class is about clarity. The workbook is about clarity. So you need to understand, how can it impact your life if you decide to relocate? And what if you say, you know what, relocation is not right for me? Maybe you had to relocate people out your life. Maybe you had to literally move out that apartment or house that put so much stress on you. Maybe you just needed to change your job. Or maybe you just needed to start that business that's been on your heart and on your mind for so long, but you let fear keep you. You let fear hold you down. So either way, you have to ask yourself these questions and be honest. And understand this. You can have clarity for relocation and not be ready, or you can be ready to relocate and just not have clarity. So it's about getting those two in balance.